Hi everyone, so we're going to talk about this assignment, your composition assignment. There's a lot involved here. That's why it's worth so much as an assignment in your grade. We're only really going to have 9 assignments total for this whole term, and this is one of them. So let's dive right in. This is what the assignment looks like on Canvas as it is right now. It's got some specifics, and I'll talk about that as that goes along. But basically, the first thing you're going to need to do is watch this video about how to install Finale onto your computer. That's probably going to be the most technical problem that you'll want to contact me about. My number is 385-242-8316. Please give me a call if you're having problems. Okay, but assuming that you got that installed and everything's okay, you're going to go on and you're going to create a piece of music. And I'll explain all these rules along the way. So I'm going to come down here to Finale. And it actually should start up with the launch window. If not, this is what you want to have. And I'm going to say Startup Wizard. Okay, so then you're going to see right here that you have lots of different options. You can either choose string quartet or orchestra string. It doesn't matter. I'll do string quartet because basically I'm just going to write this for my instrument. Let's say I'm a violin player, so I'm going to take away the second violin part, the viola part, and the cello part, and move forward, press next. No, I'm not going to change the format of a string quartet. It's just for this one composition. Give your title. You can name it whatever you want. If you don't feel creative, you can call it Composition Number 1, just like the name of the assignment. Composer, you have to write your name, just like putting your name on the paper. I'm going to say Mr. Burke. Oh. Obviously, you'd use your real name. Okay, this is where 3 of the requirements come in that are on the Canvas page. Number 1, it has to be in 3/4. Number 2, it has to be in C major. We'll play around with how to change that later. And it has to be 8 measures long. Okay, it's going to create that for us. By the way, that's another attempt at it right there. So it's going to look something like that. Okay, now if you look back on the Canvas page, it has requirements for each measure, okay? Review that carefully, but this is going to talk about how you're going to put that together. Number 1, you can only use half notes, quarter notes, and dotted half notes, or I should say you're required to use at least 2 half notes, at least 2 dotted half notes, and at least 2 quarter notes. Obviously, you're going to have to fill in every measure to fulfill the triad requirements, so I can't really see you guys getting away with like 6 notes total in this composition. It's because you wouldn't fulfill all requirements. You have to have something in each measure. That's implied in the rules. Anyway, so going on right here, you can see that we're in C major, we're in 3/4, and I'm writing this for violin, so I've got treble clef. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at that Canvas assignment, and it says that in measure 1, I have to do the C major triad. Now, what on earth does that mean? It has it listed right here. I can only use the notes C, E, and G. If you read through this paragraph right here, you'll realize that C is the home key. So basically, we're establishing the home key sound. So I'm going to click on a quarter note, and notice how I had a dot right there. That was from my last composition. I'm just going to take that off. So I'm going to start with a nice C up here. And then, let's see, where's a G? Right there. And then, let's see, where's an E? Let's not do that one because that's a little far away. We'll just do kind of a descending arpeggio. Then, the next rule, or the next measure, has to be in G because this is our far away sort of sound. It's going to give us a little hill, as it were, in our whole journey. So we first start at home, we go over a little hill. This is summarizing a whole bunch of music instruction that I received for you guys. All right, so we went C, G, E. Now I have to do the notes G, B, and D. So I'm going to come up here again, and I'm going to do a B, and I'm going to do This is really simple, but you can repeat notes, you can change, you can do all sorts of different things right here. Now, so far, I haven't really used any other kinds of notes. So for the next measure, I'm going to change up the rhythm. And next measure, let's double check. Measure 3 and 4 is back in C major, so that means C, E, G again. So yeah, I would want to change up the rhythm if I'm going to stay with the same 3 notes again. Let's do, this is a good pa rhythm. Let's do E, let's see. Let's do a C right here. And then let's come down with a half note and do G. And then let's do the same sort of thing right here. Let's do a C. And then let's do another half note on the E. C, G, C, E, something like that would sound really cool. Okay, and now we're on the next part of the composition. The next 2 measures, measures 5 and 6, we need to do an F major, F, A, C. Well, C is already repeated from the last measures, so let's stick with that and see what we can create there. So we went C, G, C, E. What if I went C, F? That would be a kind of a cool blend, but you'll hear it as you play along that it's a little bit different. Okay, now in comedy they call this the rule of 3. When you repeat something 3 times, that's enough. You don't really want to do the same rhythm pattern again. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. In fact, we've done slow notes, so let's do a few fast notes right here. Let's do F, A, C, and this will also make it feel like our song is moving along. Now remember, how many eighth notes do you need in a 3/4 measure? You need 6, right? It's double of whatever quarter notes you had. So F, A, C. Let's just do a nice little scale again. F, A, C. Cool. And then the next to last measure, I hope that was a text from you guys. I'd love to hear from you. The next to last measure, measure 7, we're going to have it in G major and specifically ending with a B. Well, that limits my options, but thankfully I can use eighth notes right now if I want to. So I'm going to go, let's see, looking at my last measure, F, A, C, F, A, C. Why don't we go G, B, D. This is going to kind of rise up the accent. And then let's go kind of a reverse pattern, zigzagging until we get to that B. Now, what happened here? Everything just scooted over because of the format. Notice how that rest is there, because whenever a measure is inactive, it's going to fill in the rest. To replace that, you just go right in and fill that in. G, B, D, D, G, B. Now I ended with that B, and so I'm going to add in that last note, like it says right here, right? Measure 8 has to be a dotted half note C, very specifically dotted half note C. I'm just trying to guide you guys along to make the nicest composition. Now, dotted half note will fill up the whole measure. Okay, so if we listen to that, it's going to sound pretty cool. However, I did forget that I need 2 dotted half notes, right? It has to have at least 2 dotted half notes. Do I have 2 half notes? Yes. Do I have at least 2 quarter notes? Yes. I even have a bunch of eighth notes in there. So let's see what I can compromise right here. What if I did, let's see, what rhythm isn't really working for me. What if I did this one right here? Since 3 was kind of pushing it already as it is. Again, these 2 measures, or this measure is in C, this measure is in G, this measure has to be in C again, so why don't I just hang on to that C a little bit longer. To change notes that you have as a mistake, you can just go over here and erase them, okay? But what if I have the correct rhythm? Oh, and by the way, this is how you do a dotted half note right here. What if I have the correct note, but it's not the correct pitch? I just did something right there that I'll come back and explain. You could do one of two things. You could either click this note change button and go to the spot that you want, align it up horizontally. Man, lots of text. I hope that's you guys. I'll check it right after I'm done with this video. Anyway, you could go here and you could change it around. Oopsie. I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get my eraser tool. I'm going to get right there at the tip and erase that. Let's fill it in with a new note. Make sure it's dotted C and go like that. Now, if you get the wrong space or line, you can also use your arrow keys up and down to change where that note is, as long as it's highlighted, okay? How do you highlight a note? Well, you can come here to this cursor right here and click on a note. That also clicks on measures. You can click on a note and change its position like so. Oh, man, I guess that didn't even work. Maybe this is the button right here. Yeah, just highlight it with that, and then you can move it up and down. I guess that's what I should have done beforehand. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the playback feature on my computer. It worked just fine when I had earphones, but to listen to your composition, yeah, I'm just going off. To listen to your composition, you go to this play button right here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's gonna sound something like that. Okay. Once you're done with that, you're going to file, save as, and you can title this however it is. Comp 1. That's not even a comp 1, but you know what I mean. Notice how the file type automatically goes to musex. That's what you want to send it to me as. Save it as that. Notice where it's going into. I like to put my stuff in either downloads or documents. It's up to you, just so long as you can find that later on. So it's under my favorites, comp 1. And here's the most important part, turning your assignment in, right? I actually had a hard bit of time finding my file, but you're going to come here. Whoop. It's going to say submit assignment at the top. This shouldn't be new to anybody. Choose file. Now this might be new to everybody. I put it as com1, right, in my favorites file, but I wasn't able to find it here. So what I ended up doing is looking under documents, and there should be, because of the setup that you did, a group of documents called finale files. And there's com1 right there. You can see com1, musex file type is right on there, and I submit the assignment. And that's it, guys. I hope everything's going well for you. I hope you enjoy the music that you make with this. Bye-bye.